Hello, 7th graders. Your video for tomorrow is going to be on section 2.1 out of the book, which is evaluating and writing algebraic expressions. So before we can start writing them, we need to understand a couple of the terms that go along with it. First of all, you have variable. We should all know what a variable is by now. It's a symbol that represents one or more numbers. It's your x, y, z, c that you're solving for. Your algebraic expression is in a mathematical phrase with at least one variable. So an example of that would be, it could be very simply just x plus 3. An expression does not have an equal sign in it. Once it has an equal sign, it's called an equation. Okay, so that's the difference between an equation and an expression. So the first example we're going to do, write an algebraic expression for the word phrase, the quotient of a number and 3. So you have to write it with a variable in it. So you need to remember what quotient means. It's a division problem. A number and 3. So a number has to come first, and we don't know what the number is. That's why it's a variable. You can use whatever variable you want. I'm just going to use x. There's a couple different ways we could write it. X over 3, that's x divided by 3. Or you could very simply just write x divided by 3. The reason you can't write 3 divided by x is because it doesn't say the quotient of 3 and a number. It says a number and 3. So a number has to come first, either on top or first written there. The next one we're going to do, write a word phrase for the algebraic expression. So some of them you're going to have to write out the words, write it in words, and other ones you're going to have to write it as an algebraic expression like we did on this one. Then write a word phrase for the algebraic expression 10 plus s. A word phrase, so you need to write it out in words. So 10, you could very simply just write 10 plus s, or a number s would be the same thing. Could you write it different ways? You sure could. You could say s more than 10. You can't write 10 more than s because the 10 would have to be after it. S more than 10, you could write 10 increased by s. I mean, there's several different ways. There's not necessarily just one answer for these. Just keep that in mind, because addition, you can say it several different ways. And then this one, evaluate the expression. Use 7 for n and 3 for b. So 3b minus n. So the first thing we need to do is substitute our numbers in. So 3 times 3, because it says put 3 in for b, minus 7. And then order of operations, multiplying comes before subtracting. So 3 times 3 is 9. 9 minus 7 is 2. So there's your answer. So bring that knowledge with you for tomorrow, and we will go into it in more detail. See you then.